the frozen wastelands of Eldrith. Where the sun had long forsaken the skies, the dragons lay dying. Once majestic rulers of the heavens, they were now shackled in chains forged from the heart of a fallen star adamantite bonds that drained their life force with every breath. The empire of the Frost Lords, a cruel alliance of elven sorcerers and dwarven engineers, had hunted them to near extinction. For centuries, these beasts of legend had been harnessed as weapons, their fiery breath twisted into tools for conquest. But the dragon's spirits were breaking. Their scales, once iridescent, like shattered rainbows, now dulled to the gray of ash. Snow piled upon their colossal forms, burying them in a tomb of ice. Among them was Virather, the eldest of the surviving clutch. His wings, spanning wider than a village square, were pinned to the ground by spikes of enchanted iron. His eyes, golden slits that had witnessed the birth of mountains, flickered dimly as the blizzard howled around him. Chained beside him were 5 others, the fierce warrior Drake Karos, the wise Cirrus Lyrandel, the young and impulsive Thorn, the stoic guardian Regan, and the cunning trickster Sylphira. They formed what was left of the Dragon Council, bound in a desolate valley known as the Chains of Despair. The Frost Lords visited rarely now, content that their prisoners were too weak to rebel. Food was scarce. Few frozen carcasses tossed their way every moon cycle. Virathar's thoughts drifted to the ancient prophecies. When the flames fade and the snow claims all, a spark from beyond the veil shall ignite the rebirth. He dismissed it as delirium from the cold. Dragons were immortal in lore, but immortality meant nothing against eternal torment. Then, on a night when the auroras danced like mocking spirits, something stirred in the snow. A figure, small and fragile, trudged through the drifts. It was no elf, no dwarf, too upright, too determined. Virathar's weakened senses caught the scent. Warm blood, unyielding will. A human. In this god-forsaken land where even beasts perished, a lone human approached the chained dragons. The others stirred weakly, their chains rattling like death knells. Who dares approach? Virathor rumbled, his voice a thunderous whisper that shook loose avalanches from distant peaks. The human paused, who'd pulled low against the wind. Snow clung to their fur-lined cloak, and in their hand gleamed a strange device knot, a sword, but a metallic rod humming with an otherworldly energy. "I am Elias Kane," the figure replied, voice steady despite the gale. "Explorer from the Terran Federation. And you're real dragons." Holy stars, the scans were right. The dragons exchanged bewildered glances. Terran Federation? This was no native of Eldrith. Elias pulled back his hood, revealing a face weathered by countless worlds human. Yes, but with eyes that burned with the fire of curiosity and defiance. He had crash-landed on this backwater planet weeks ago, his ship buried under ice. But humans, as the galaxy knew, didn't die easily. They adapted. They conquered. Elias Kane was no ordinary wanderer. Born on the overcrowded megacities of Earth, he had joined the Federation's scout corps to escape the drudgery of hive life. His mission, chart unclaimed worlds for colonization. Eldrathor XR47b, as his database is called, it was supposed to be a frozen rock, uninhabitable. But his sensors had detected anomalies, massive heat signatures buried under snow, pulsing like dying hearts. As he stood before the dragons, he activated his translator implant, the device syncing with their ancient tongue. "Your prisoners," he observed, scanning the chains with his multi-tool. "Who did this to you?" Karos snarled, smoke curling from his nostrils. "The Frost Lords. They bleed us for our power, use our essence to fuel their empires. We are the last. Soon, we join our ancestors in the void." Elias frowned, his mind racing. Humans had faced extinction threats before asteroids, AI uprisings, alien invasions. Each time, they clawed back from the brink with ingenuity and sheer stubbornness. "Not on my watch," he muttered. He approached Virathor cautiously, ignoring the dragon's warning growl. His tool beeped, analyzing the adamantite. "This metal, It's laced with some kind of energy siphoning matrix. Advanced tech for a medieval world. Lorandel, the seeress, lifted her head weakly. Her eyes glowed faintly as visions flickered. You are not of this realm. You carry the spark of stars in your veins. The prophecy, Elias chuckled, a sound alien to the dragons. Prophecy? Lady, I'm just a guy with a busted ship and a can-do attitude. But I've got tools. And humans? We don't like seeing anyone in chains. He began tinkering, his multi-tool emitting a laser cutter. Sparks flew as he tested a link in Virathar's chain. The metal resisted, but Elias persisted, adjusting frequencies. The dragons watched in astonishment. Thorn, the youngest, whispered, "He fears nothing." Is he mad? Sylphira hissed amusement. Madness or genius humans, if the old tales are true, blur the line. As the night deepened, Elias shared his fire-portable fusion heater that melted snow into steam. For the first time in years, warmth touched the dragon's scales. He told stories of humanity, how they tamed nuclear fire, bridged galaxies, and turned barren rocks into thriving worlds. We started with sticks and stones, he said. Now we move stars. You're not dying today. By dawn, he had weakened one chain. But alarms blared in his suit frost. Lord patrols approached. Clash the patrols arrived like ghosts in the snow, elven riders on armored direwolves, flanked by dwarven golems humming with rune magic. Their leader, Lord Thaler, an elf with eyes like shattered ice, sneered at the scene. A vermin among the beasts? Kill it. Elias didn't flinch. He activated his personal shield, a bubble of energy that deflected the first arrow volley. Bad move, he quipped, drawing his plasma pistol. Bolts of superheated energy lanced out, vaporizing a golem in a flash of light. The elves recoiled. Never had they seen such weaponry. Karos, emboldened by the human's audacity, strained against his weakened chain. With a roar that split the sky, he snapped free one link, his claw swiping a direwolf in half. The battle erupted. Elias dodged spells, his suit's thrusters propelling him through the air like a dragon himself. He targeted the chains on the others, laser cutting while firing suppressive shots. Regan, the Guardian, broke free next. His massive form shielded Elias from a barrage of ice shards. You fight like a demon, the dragon bellowed. Nah, just human, Elias replied, grinning as he hacked Sylphira's bonds. The trickster dragon slithered free, her illusions confusing the enemy phantom dragons appearing in the snow. Thaler channeled a blizzard spell, winds howling to bury them all. But Elias countered with his tools. EMP burst, disrupting the magic. The elves faltered, their runes flickering. In the chaos, Thorn and Lyrandel were freed. Only Virathar remained partially chained. The patrol retreated. But not before Thalor vowed revenge. The Empire will crush you, interloper? As the snow settled, the dragons gazed at Elias with newfound respect. You saved us, Virathar rumbled. Why? Elias shrugged. Because it's what we do. Humans see a problem, we fix it. Now, let's get you all out and find my ship. We've got an empire to topple, freed but weakened. The dragons followed Elias through the blizzards to his crashed vessel, half buried in a glacier. The ship, a sleek Federation scout craft, hummed faintly with emergency power. Inside, Elias administered medical nanites, tiny machines that mended wounds and restored vitality. The dragons marveled as their scales regained luster, strength flooding back. Over ration packs, which the dragons found oddly palatable, Elias explained his world. Earth was dying, once polluted, overpopulated. We could have given up. Instead, we built arcs to the stars. Fought aliens who thought us weak. Proved him wrong every time. Lyrandel's visions clarified. You are the spark. Humans resilient, innovative. Your kind will reignite our flames, they planned. The Frostlord Citadel lay in the heart of the mountains, powered by a dragonheart crystal, siphoning essence from captives. Destroy it and the Empire crumbles. But guards were legion, defenses impenetrable. Elias grinned. Impenetrable to magic? Maybe? But not to science. Jury-rigged weapons. Plasma lances for dragon claws, shield generators for scales. Sophira's illusions, combined with holographic decoys. Thorn's speed with thruster packs. As they trained, bonds formed. Caro sparred with Elias, teaching aerial tactics while learning human grit. You lack wings, yet you soar, the dragon admitted. Elias laughed. Wings are overrated. Brains win wars. Word spread among hidden dragon remnants whispers of a human savior. More joined, swelling their ranks to a dozen. The assault began at midnight. Elias's ship, repaired enough for flight, provided air support missiles raining on citadel walls. Dragons dove from skies, breaths amplified by fusion boosters into infernos that melted towers. Inside, Lords unleashed horrors, ice elementals, enchanted automatons. Elias infiltrated with a cloaking device, dragons covering his advance. He reached the crystal chamber, guarded by Thaler. You meddle in affairs beyond your ken, human. Thalora spat, hurling spells. Elias dodged, countering with a stun grenade. Affairs? This is tyranny. And humans hate tyrants. He shattered the crystal with a vibroblade, essence exploding outward. Dragons roared in ecstasy as power returned. The citadel crumbled, lords fleeing or falling. Virotha crushed Thaler underfoot. The chains are broken. With the empire fallen, dragons soared free. Elias's ship, fully repaired with dragon-forged parts, prepared for departure. But he lingered, teaching them human tech, solar forges, communication arrays. You've given us a future, Virather said. What of yours? Elias smiled. Report back. Planets got dragons. Allies, not enemies. Humanity expands with friends. As he lifted off, dragons circled in salute. The prophecy fulfilled. A human spark reignited dying flames. In the galaxy, tales spread of the indomitable humans who saw chained gods in snow and set them free. And Eldra thawed, blooming under dragon wings and human ingenuity. Humanity? Fuck yeah.